Psych, you thought. That last part was filmed about a year ago. I'm not even wearing the same clothes, and I don't even think I have that same sweater. This video has been a year in the making, because I am very lazy and don't like video editing. Thumbs up to that. But let me set the stage about how this video came about. I ended up seeing a bunch of videos by the YouTuber Brandon, or with Brandon, where he turns his apartment into a coffee shop. He claims he didn't invent the idea, but let's be honest, he made it popular. And they're absolutely banger videos. Please, go check them out if you guys haven't already. But after this one, because I spent a lot of time on this video, please stay. So I thought, hey, why don't I try that same idea? But I wanted it to be different in some way. And luckily, my friend Sean Paul is a composer, and he has access to a bunch of people who know how to play live jazz. So I asked him.
Hello.
Yo, SP. Question for you. Would you be down to maybe play some live jazz for this coffee thing I'm working on?
Are you kidding? Like, are you kidding me right now? I've been so busy, and I've been staying up every single day this week, and you just have the audacity to ask me to work on even more stuff for you for free? Like, I have to find players, I gotta find arrangements, I gotta somehow fit them inside of your house and manage 9 schedules. Like, I swear to fucking God.
He ended up saying yes, and he put together a set list of a bunch of different jazz songs, which was so beautiful. It was so unbelievably beautiful. Oh my God. But there was so much prep that I didn't realize needed to go into this. I was way in over my head before I even realized it. But the first step to this whole process was getting the coffee, arguably the most important part. So I ended up cafe hopping with my friends Emmy and Sean Paul to get some coffee. And this is how that went.
Go for it, Emmy. Oh, wow. That was... Drink the tea, drink the tea, drink the tea. Oh my God. Yeah, really chill. And then she's just like...
Next up in this process, I had to brainstorm ideas to try to make different recipes to put on my menu. And then another problem, I had to make a menu. So one of the guaranteed things that I had to have on my menu was something blueberry related, because growing up, before I went to school every once in a while, my mom would treat me to 7-Eleven blueberry coffee. I know, sounds absolutely disgusting, but bear with me, it is unbelievably amazing.
That's not as good as I remember it.
It's definitely a nostalgia thing for this blueberry coffee, so I wanted that to be one of the main things on my menu. So I came up with the idea for a blueberry muffin latte. The next thing I wanted to add to the menu was something a little bit more palatable for everybody else. The first one, yeah, a blueberry muffin latte, sounds a little bit out there, so I wanted to come up with something that people would be more inclined to order. So I ended up making a recipe for a Mexican mocha, which is basically like a cinnamon, a little bit spicy mocha drink. Lastly, I wanted to include an espresso martini because this is still a party, and I limited it to 1 per person because it's not like people are gonna get drunk at 12 p.m. Something that people can be like, oh, cool, espresso martini, you know?
Best looking one so far.
I also included matcha options because not everyone's into coffee, and matcha is still really good. On top of that, I still kept some very normal coffee options like drip coffee, cortado, latte, cappuccino, stuff like that, just in case people didn't want anything too special. So altogether, I combined all these ideas and I asked my friend Gabu, who does graphic design, if he'd be willing to design a menu for me. Yo, Gabu.
Hey, what's up, mate?
Yo, Gabu, do you mind making this menu for me for this cafe I'm working on?
Yeah, easy. It's already been done, mate.
What do you mean?
Stop walking. I've done it already.
What do you mean it's already done?
Mate, don't worry about it. It's already been done.
This right here ended up being the final product. I got it laminated. I sent it off to Staples, got it all done, said and done. It's all cute. Look how cute it is. Wow. Look at how cute that is. That's so cute, right? I also forgot to mention that I named my cafe Rise and Grind. And here's me just drawing a mock-up of the logo I wanted to go with. I felt so funny and clever coming up with that name, I swear to God. Yes! Yeah! So on top of all that, everything had to come together. So a couple days before, I had to test all the syrups and make sure everything tasted good before the party.
Watching the leaves falling in, and it was something like a dream. Oh, so perfect, when you talk to me. The time moves slow when you're all alone. The time moves slow when you're not on your own. The time moves slow when you're missing a friend. And the time
actually asked a couple of my friends before the party to actually try these drinks, which I didn't end up recording, but they gave me the okay that these are all really good drinks. And then finally, the day came. I had prepped everything the night before, everything looked perfect. I was excited to finally have this done and over with. My friend Sean-Paul made a set list, brought about 10 of his friends to play live jazz in my living room while I made all the coffee. So I had to get a couple things before the party actually started. And when I came back, the jazz band ended up finished setting up, and it was also time for the party to start. So a bunch of people were coming through the doors and lining up for coffee, and I was not ready. There was 10 people in line, and then a bunch of everyone just coming in and cramming in at the same time, so I had to make 20 different drinks right as we opened. It was a lot. It was let's just say it was a lot. I was a little bit in over my head, just a little bit. It was so fun. And luckily, I did have a couple people helping me out. I had my friends Nick and Becky who were helping me prep a couple things and make other drinks while I was starting to make coffee. My friend Koki actually ended up taking a bunch of orders, and I have them still written down. I'm gonna go get those. I still have all of the orders from everyone that ordered everything. I think the biggest problem with this whole thing was how long it took everybody to get their coffee. I think it took about like 10 minutes per drink, depending on what it was. Not to mention, my friend Jeff asked for a drip coffee. It took him like an hour to get it, and he was the one singing. In all honesty, I had reached over something. I ended up spilling his coffee. I had to remake it, and then I got swamped by a bunch of orders. I got overwhelmed. When everything was actually going smoothly, it was actually really nice. It may have been really stressful at the beginning, but I think I ended up having such a good time making coffee for everybody. In reality, I ended up planning a party where I worked for 4 hours straight, but honestly, I was very fulfilled. There was so much work that went into this thing that I was forgetting that I was doing this because I wanted to spend time with my friends and give them an unforgettable experience. Like, who's gonna say that they turned their house into a coffee shop for a party? On top of all that, Brandon actually ended up coming to the party.
This guy's got a full jazz room. I need to step up my game. Thank you for inviting me.
I DM'd him a couple nights before, and he was hooked. I live in LA, he lives in LA, and he was more than willing to try it out. Not to mention, the live jazz band just made the vibes immaculate. When I actually took a break from making coffee, I sat down and listened to the jazz, and I ended up tearing up for a bit because it was so overwhelmingly amazing. combination of having all my friends in my house while having some of the best music side by side. I loved it. When I was getting overwhelmed by everything, some of my friends were taking orders, some of my friends were passing out pastries. I didn't even have to ask them. They just up and did it because they're amazing people. They could tell that I was overwhelmed and they just stepped in and helped me out. Thank you to everybody that made this video possible. Thank you to Sean Paul and the whole jazz band. Thank you to Nick and Becky for helping me out. Thank you to Gabu for helping me make this menu. Thank you to Brandon for giving me this idea. And thank you to all of my friends that helped and showed up and just enjoyed this party. I wanted to throw this party because of how much I love my friends. I love bringing people together. But even with all the prep and all the problems that came with this party, I would most definitely do this again. And I can honestly say that I don't regret it for a minute.
I would even learn how to love. When I see the way you look, shaken by
Jack's Cafe, I would give it, let's say 4 out of 5. The coffee is great. Oh my god. 40 minutes for a drip coffee? The waiting time, dude. But everything else is good though. You made it up for the mocha. That was very good.